Welcome back, boys. In this episode, we're going to be reviewing the Hovsco Ebike. Now, Hovsco sent me one of these things for free, so I figured, why not? I'm going to sell out. I'll get another free e-bike. We're going to assemble it, then we're going to take it off-road, then we're going to ride around on the road, and I'm going to give you my impressions. I will give you a discount code at the end of the video if you're interested, so let's get to it. Okay, so here's where we're starting. You can see the box got here with some damage, but hopefully not so bad. Okay, so I'm just about done and it's taken me 56 minutes. The really confusing part, I thought, was the stem. The instructions said you needed to take it off and flip it around 180, but if you look closely, there's an arrow that goes up and down. And if you don't flip this stem over, you have like no clearance right here between the fork and the handlebars. That could be a potential mistake that people make. I do like how a lot of the fasteners were already on the bike, so you know where they're gonna go. You just take them off, install the component, and put them in. The reason I stopped my time lapse is that this seat is a really stupid design. They spaced the studs of the seat so far apart sideways that there's no way to get a wrench or even the washer on these fasteners because it just runs into the frame of the bike. Hovsco, if you were watching this, I'm an industrial designer with 20 years experience. What you should probably do here is mold in a tongue to the bottom of the seat so that you slide it forward and it captures it, and then the only fasteners the consumer has to put on. That's what I would do to save money and make this better to install. Other than the seat, not so bad to put this thing together. It came with this toolkit with everything you need, including this goofy, I don't know what you would even call this. It also came with spare fasteners for pretty much everything on the bike, which is also really nice. Oh, the instructions do not mention these rubber things. This is basically a stop so that when you turn the bike as far as it will go, the rubber will hit the battery as opposed to the metal of the fork contacting the frame. So you want these to face straight backward. Now we're gonna let this thing charge and we'll come back to it in a few hours and take it for a ride. All right, I haven't ridden this thing yet. We're gonna go do some laps in the woods and see how it handles off-road, and then we'll head to the streets and see how it does there. To turn it on, I think you just press and hold this power button. The display will light up. Now, it's worth noting this does not flicker in real life, it's just the refresh rate. One thing I did notice that was kind of hilarious is you have two buttons right here, and if you double click them, there's literally an amber turn signal built into the tail light of this thing, which is pretty cool. And then it looks like there's a plus and minus here. That should be the pedal assistance. And then there's also a thumb throttle right here too. Shifting is just on this handle. So let's give it a shot. All right, we got a hill climb here. I'm gonna leave it at pedal assistance 1 so you can see how it'll climb. I'm just gonna do the hand throttle. This is pedal assistance 1. Now we'll crank it up to 5. Applies the same amount of power going up a hill, no matter what assistance level you have it on. Another thing I'm noticing about this thing is that as soon as you apply the brakes, it cuts the power, which really limits your abilities off-road, because a lot of times I want to be able to keep some throttle on but drag one of my wheels a little bit just to kind of keep it set down. The problem here is you're either on throttle with no brakes or you're off throttle with brakes. This bike is not giving me a lot of confidence off-road. I don't think it was designed for this, but it is doing it. And I feel like I'm gonna get hurt if I keep screwing around back here. So what we're gonna do is put on a helmet and then go check out the pavement. I realized I never adjusted anything, including the control pad or the shifter or the brakes, to where I want them. Adjusting all this stuff is totally up to your preference. So I want the throttle as far this way as possible, but I also want the throttle rotated down, because when it's mounted so high, it's really hard to modulate the throttle. I'd rather be able to modulate the throttle like under here rather than up here. When you turn the throttle, the back corner of that throttle block hits that curve of the brake lever. So what we're gonna do, so now that I've clearanced that back corner with that Dremel tool, I can slide it all the way this way and rotate it down so that my thumb doesn't need to come up here. Instead, I can modulate the throttle in a lot more of a natural resting position for my hand. Now we're about to head back out. I just want to say a couple other things. One, I just read the manual and there's no mention on how to turn on the angel eyes on this headlight. So I think that just might be a dummy. I think you only have a headlight. If you're going to redesign the seat anyway to get rid of these fasteners, you could put a pocket in there to be able to hold the toolkit for it, because then I could have adjusted this without coming home. Almost forgot we got oiled chain, don't have any tri-flow, so we're just going to use a little bit of Croil. Running through town here, but check this out. First gen show. Sure, look at that thing. All right, so far I have discovered that the top speed of this bike is 20 miles an hour. The other thing I'm noticing is that the seat, unlike a bicycle seat, it's really wide. You want to stand up to avoid chafing your thighs. I don't know, I'm holding my thoughts for now, but it's not really great off-road, and I don't really love it on the road yet either. But we're gonna figure out what this thing is good at, because we're gonna keep riding it. All right, it's cold as balls, but we're actually gonna run an errand on the Hovsco. Need to pick up some tools to do the rear wheel bearings on Bad Astro over there. And instead of taking the roads, we're gonna shortcut through the woods, because that's fun. I don't know how it's gonna go on this bike, but let's check it out. I don't know if that looks steep, but we gotta go that way. It's so torquey that when I'm trying to do a hill climb right here, it wants to do that because the wheelbase is so short. I wonder if I can lean really far forward and just sort of walk. Oh yeah, that's how you do it. Alright, so to unlock the 30 mile an hour speed limit, what you have to do is hold down the brake, the plus, the minus, and the power button all at the same time. Now you should see this blinking. You want to hold the plus and minus. We're going to hit the headlight switch until we see P3. Hit the plus button for 1. Alright, I only saw it get up to 27. We'll go check that out on the road.
So this is why I think this bike's awesome. It's literally just a moped. It's not an e-bike, and you can use it to just go wherever you want. There's no rules when you're riding this thing because it doesn't make any noise. Cops aren't gonna get pissed, and you can just cut through wherever. Be like, I'm gonna go through here. I'm just gonna go over near these trees. I don't care. It's gonna go anywhere. It's just like completely unregulated right now, and it might come back to bite us later, but for now you can just cut wherever you want. So what I think's hilarious about these things is they're really not meant to be pedaled much, but as a moped that you don't need a license for, they're really fun. There we go, we got the unlock top speed. Looks like I'm hitting about 27. Let's just go straight. I don't care what this road says I need to do. Let's go this way. I don't care. Bike doesn't care. This thing's a honey badger. I think the best thing about e-bikes is you can just sort of ignore the rules for now. Let's just climb this massive hill. I don't care because I don't really have to work for it. I mean, I would never do this on my bike. It'd be too much effort, but on an e-bike, I'm just zipping around everywhere.
All right, boys, closing thoughts on this thing before we give the people what they want, which is fire. But basically, I'm not going to try to sell you on this thing. It is what it is. Is it a great mountain bike? No. Is it a great e-bike? It kind of sucks to pedal. What it is a really awesome electric scooter that you don't need a license for, and you can drive it anywhere and pretty much not get in trouble because it doesn't make noise, and it's got some decent chops to get off the pavement and onto all that commercial property that is currently sitting around going unused. Now, if this sounds like something you want to check out, there's a link in the description below along with a discount code. Please hit that up if you're interested. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now we're going to give the people what they want, which is fire.